Perfect. So now we are ready to go. Welcome, everyone. People have been joining recently. Welcome, everyone, to this session, How to Raise Your Vibration to Upgrade Your Life. Our reality is a reflection of our inner state, what we experience in the world around us, the people we attract to our lives, what we experience at work, with our friends, in relationships, what we go through. It's a reflection of our inner state. We are all energy, right? So the fact that me and you, everyone who's in this session today, are separate and completely disconnected, it's just an illusion, really. We are all energy. And yeah, we appear, we are individuals, we are separate human beings in this body, in flesh and bone. But the reason why we appear to be very solid and separate from each other is because our energy is a bit denser, right? So it just manifests in a solid kind of flesh and bone body. It's just a vehicle, right, for our soul to come here and to express itself. But in reality, we are all energy, and we are all connected through this field of energy. So sometimes when we do the theta healing meditations, if you've been with me for some of those sessions, so you are going to experience a bit of that later in the session. When we reach that field of white light, that sense of connectedness, we are all connected through that field of white light. We are all energy. And depending on the qualities of our energy, we will be in resonance with other. If you see yourself as a ball of energy, right, depending on the qualities of your ball of energy, you will be in resonance with other balls of energy, right, that will manifest as relationships, events, experiences, starting from, just minor events like going to the gym and doing a fantastic class, or coming across a beautiful coffee shop and having the most wonderful coffee and a piece of brownie, and very important events that will manifest and show up for you in your life. The best way to manifest the life you want to create, or to transform your life is not by visualizing the goal or just focusing on the goal and trying to chase it and trying to make it happen, but to ask yourself, who do I need to be so that the only possible outcome of this state of being, of holding this vibration, is my dream life? And think about it again, because I know you've probably tried a lot of techniques that will tell you to visualize a potential and to think of as many details as possible and to repeat affirmations. And there is a space for that. That is useful. But the most effective way to transform the life around you is not by chasing that goal or by chasing that dream life, but by becoming in resonance with it, by achieving that inner shift, upgrading your energy, upgrading your state of being. So the only possible outcome is that dream life. And we're going to do an exercise about that in a minute. And we're going to be covering how to do that. I'm going to be giving practical tips. We're going to do lots of exercises. We're going to do healing meditation. So we're going to take it step by step. But the first thing I want to share with you, and the main thing I would like you to take away from this session, is that by changing your inner reality, then everything becomes much easier. When the qualities of your energy, of your vibration, of your state of being, and what I mean by this is your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, your behaviors, your words, your intentions, when that is 100% aligned with what you want to achieve, it just happens naturally. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do like vision boards. You don't have to chase. You don't have to think about an action plan. It just happens, because then you become a magnet for love, for joy, for abundance, whatever you want more of in your life. So very often it's not about asking, what do I want? But who do I need to be? So that just happens naturally. Who do I need to be? What does my state of being need to be? So I just become a magnet, and I am in resonance with the most joyful, fulfilling, and abundant life. So we're going to be exploring that in today's session. So the first thing I'm going to invite you to do is to think about a goal that you have in mind, or your dream life, or something that you would like to achieve in your life, something that you would like to improve, something that you would like to change. And just bring it to your awareness for a second. You can close your eyes if that feels right. And visualize that dream, that goal. It can be something very specific. It can be something general. It can be something very big, like a big project or a big ambition, a big dream of yours, but it can be just something very simple. Whatever comes to your awareness first, and just bring your attention to that. And we're going to take like a screenshot of that dream, of that goal, of that vision, and just leave it there for a second. And now what I'm going to ask you is, who do you need to be? What qualities would you need to embody? And when I say embody, I mean truly embody. What will you need to believe about yourself? How will you need to act? How would you need to behave? So that screenshot, that dream, that goal happens as the only possible outcome. So let me give you a few examples, because we might be getting a bit abstract here. So for example, if you're thinking about starting your own business to follow your purpose and to have an impact on other people's life, you might be thinking, right, okay, so this is my vision, this is what I would like to do. It might be very specific, it might be very generic, it doesn't matter at this point. But if that were to manifest right now, if that were to happen in my life right now, what qualities would I need to embody? Okay, so I would need to be really confident. I would really need to believe in myself. I would need to be happy exposing myself and talking about what I do and talking about myself. I would need to be generous. I would need to be professional. I would need to be full of love, compassion for others, integrity, motivation, hard work, whatever that is. And just let that come to your awareness. And sometimes it might come as just a very subtle energy. You might not be able to give it a word, but it might be like, I would need to be lighter. Or I'm feeling I would need to shine. I would need to, I don't know, it might come as a metaphor. So just be open to whatever is coming to your awareness. And if you feel like doing some journaling or making some notes, if you have pen and paper handy, feel free to do so. But focus on that state of being. What would your state of being need to be so that dream happens naturally? It's inevitable. By holding that state of being, by being in that frequency, by having those beliefs, those behaviors, those actions, those intentions, it's inevitable. It would just happen. And maybe you're thinking maybe the dream is about starting a family and finding your soulmate and starting a beautiful family. Same thing. Okay, so who will you need to be? What will your state of being need to be? What will be the frequency, the vibration, the energy, the qualities of that energy that you would need to really embody. So the only possible outcome is meeting that soulmate and starting a beautiful family. So at this point, hopefully you have an idea. Maybe is beliefs about yourself, maybe it's specific talents, maybe it's confidence, self-belief, maybe it's something more abstract, like a quality to the energy that you would need to embody. But hopefully by now, that's starting to look a bit clearer. And this is something that I would recommend today in this session. I'm just going to share with you some ideas and exercises that you can do and some practical tips. But of course, I would invite you to take it with you for when you have more time, for when you're sitting on meditation, and you can do this more quietly without me blah, blah, blahing all the time. So yeah, feel free to take that away with you and do a bit more self-reflection and exploration around this. Now, the next question for you is, okay, so you have a clear idea of the inner shifts of the energy you need to hold, the qualities, the state of being. Now, what's getting in the way? By what's getting in the way, I mean any beliefs about yourself that don't match that frequency, that vibration, old stories, any fears, any emotions that need to be resolved that don't match that energy. Any other subtleties, close your eyes if that feels right and explore within the body. Embodying, visualize yourself embodying that state of being and what is not in alignment. What are you holding on to that is not in resonance with that new state of being? And again, if you have pen and paper handy, I would definitely invite you to make some notes. And this is where the magic happens, actually. Because again, sometimes we think about, right, okay, so to get to this high frequency or high vibration state, and you've probably heard many times about raising your vibration and low vibration emotions and high vibration emotions, or low frequency emotions or low frequency, you know, and sometimes we focus on the where we want to be, but letting go of what's not in resonance is one of the key steps for this. And if you have come to some of my workshops before, you know I'm always talking about healing the past, about reprogramming the subconscious mind, about letting go, healing, transmuting, processing, resolving past experiences, early decisions that we make in life about ourselves, about others, about the world, that are not in resonance with our dream life, that are not in resonance with our goals, and therefore clash with that state of being that we would need to embody for that to happen naturally. And some of them are very familiar. Some of them are good old friends, you know, like that boys, oh, you're not good enough for that. Oh, who do you think you are to start your own business? Oh, that's never going to happen for you. Everyone else's needs are more important than yours. Some of them are good old friends. We are very aware of them. Some of them are not. So understanding those hidden blocks or those subconscious blocks or unresolved situations, that's the key. That's the sweet spot. That's where the magic happens. Because sometimes we are holding ourselves back and we don't even understand why. Sometimes it might have happened to you that you feel really, really stuck in one area of your life and you don't seem to be making any progress. Doesn't matter what you try, doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter how many therapists you see, you just can't seem to break through. And it might be because there is a hidden block, something that hasn't come to your awareness yet, that is there running the show in the background. So that's a lot of the work I do. And if you like the course I have here, for example, Step into Your Power with Confidence and Joy, it takes you through that process of understanding, of identifying those hidden blocks, and then of course resolving them or transmuting them. But that deep work, it's the only way to achieve deep transformation. So yeah, visualizations are really good. The power of visualization is really incredible. Images are the power of the subconscious mind. So yeah, really great tool. Affirmations, again, reprogramming your mind to positive beliefs. Perfect. Having a positive mindset, all that, it's all great. It's really, really useful. But unless you have the courage to do that deep inner work and to deep dive into what's blocking it, doesn't matter how many times you visualize it, it doesn't matter how many affirmations you repeat out loud or subliminals or in whatever format you want to use them. If there is a subconscious belief that is blocking it, that goes against that state of being, it's never going to happen. It's like trying to take down a tank with arrows. You're going to have to throw a lot of arrows. You're going to have to say a lot of affirmations to convince that subconscious belief of the opposite, because the subconscious mind has much more power than the conscious mind, and is the one that runs the show for us. So when people talk about raising their frequency and raising their vibration, they're like, oh, just don't talk to low frequency people, and avoid low frequency emotions, and always high vibes. Yeah, there is an element of that, and we're going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Your environment, who you surround yourself with, that's definitely very important. But it's a bit of, you can fall into an ego trap, thinking that that to raise your frequency you have to be here and and look down on other people, when actually doing the deep work, it's what's going to transmute those lower vibration emotions, so you can transmute them into a lighter field, into a lighter frequency, into a lighter energy. So doing that healing work is key. It's not avoiding the low vibration emotion. So if you follow the work of Joey Dispenza, for example, who has really good resources, really good books about manifestation and the power of healing when it comes to meditation and visualization, he's always talking about the elevated emotions. He always talks about just a vision board with no emotional charge is completely useless. He talks about those he calls them elevated emotions. So when we're talking about higher low frequency or vibration, we will be talking about, in the high end, we will be talking about love, compassion, kindness, truth, gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ones. Unconditional love, generosity, right? So those will be high vibration of frequency emotions. Whereas at the bottom, we have fear, guilt, shame, anger, right? So he always talks about connecting to those elevated emotions, because that's what will make you in resonance, right? And add that emotional charge to whatever potential you want to manifest. But the thing is that if there is unprocessed, if there is a past experience or a limiting belief that is associated with fear, with anger, with shame, with guilt, whatever, and we all experience this, by the way, to more or less, obviously, in different degrees, but we all experience this. And when you're healing that, there's nothing wrong, because some people think that low vibration and low vibration emotions are bad. and we have to avoid them because they're going to lower our vibration. Well, yes and no. There's no such thing as bad emotions or negative emotions. Emotions are just part of who we are as humans. Any emotions is just a natural reaction, it's a response from the body to something that it needs to process. Sadness helps us process loss, grief. Anger helps us step into our power. Fear is a survival mechanism, as ancient as we are. So they're all part of ourselves, and there is a space for them, and there is a purpose for them. Now, when we get stuck in those emotions, when we don't resolve them, and then they get triggered again and again and again, yeah, that feels heavy in the body. But it's about transmuting them or healing them or processing them. It's not about avoiding them. It's not that they're bad or they're low vibration energies, so they're bad. They are called low vibration energies because even intuitively, if you try to feel them in the body, if you think about when you feel sad or angry or frustrated, how does it feel in the body? It feels heavy, right? It feels dense. Whereas if you really connect with the energy of unconditional love and pure bliss and gratitude and kindness, immediately, just by saying the words, you're feeling elevated already, right? It feels much lighter, like it shines more. So that's what we're talking about. But it doesn't mean that those low vibration emotions are bad or to be avoided. It's just about transmuting them and healing them and processing that. So yeah, there is an element of your environment, and I'm going to cover a bit more about that in a second. But the key to shift your inner state of being so you can be in resonance with the life you want to create is going through that deep healing. And as you let go more of the fear and the anger and the sadness and the guilt and the shame and the anxiety, everything that is holding you back, everything that is heavy and dense and that is not serving you, then when you heal that, when you transmute it, then you start becoming lighter. That is raising your frequency. That is raising your vibration. Getting rid of that kind of not getting rid, but transmuting, healing, processing those heavy energies within you. And then when you let go of that baggage, and even when we talk about, even if in colloquial words we use it's baggage, it always feels like it's heavy, like it's something we're carrying, something that slows us down, something that is, that is keeping us low and small. And once you start transmuting that, then you can be much lighter, and then you make space for the parts of you and for the qualities that will get you in resonance with your dream life. And then qualities like confidence, like self-belief, like generosity, like kindness, compassion, then there is space for that, for those energies, for those qualities to come back and for you to embody all that. And then when you embody that, the more you let go of the baggage, the heavy, the dense stuff, and the more you step and embody those higher frequency or higher vibration emotions and qualities, that's when the magic happens. And that's when, out of nowhere, your life changes without you even trying. And that's the beauty of it. Because sometimes when you have a dream in mind or a goal in mind, or you have a vision board or something like that, it can be limiting because you don't know what potentials are available to you. Maybe you're drawing a vision board, but there's so much more that you could achieve or that you could attract if you just flowed, if you just worked on upgrading your state of being. And maybe you're thinking, I would like to have a business. I would like to open a retreat center. I don't know. And then I focus on that and I visualize that and I repeat myself affirmations and I say it again and again. And I connect to the elevated emotions. But what if something bigger can happen? What if it's not a local retreat center, but what if I could touch millions of lives? And it doesn't need to be a big thing, by the way, this is just an example. But what I mean, my point is that sometimes you can limit yourself by trying to focus on the outcome, on the desired goal, on the dream. It is very useful to have a sense of direction, right? Because otherwise we're just in a car that has no driver. Like, God knows where life is going to take us, and you don't want to be a victim of whatever life wants to throw at you, right? The idea is to be empowered and to be in control and to be responsible of the life we create. So it's good to have that sense of direction. And, you know, sometimes I have very specific goals that I would like to achieve. But I've been shifting the line of my work more and more towards, what if I just focus on who I need to be? What if I just focus on doing the inner work and see what magic is awaiting for me, what potentials, what opportunities are waiting for me? And that's what I would like you to try and experiment. Like, maybe for a few weeks, maybe for a month, you know, just give it a try. And especially if you have been doing kind of like manifestation techniques or things like that, instead of focusing on the outcome and visualizing it and feeling grateful for it, which is great. Again, like it really works, but it only works if you are in resonance with it. And most of the time we are not in resonance with what we want to create. And that's why people go, oh, manifestation doesn't work. Oh, it's not that simple. Sometimes just life happens to you. And then obviously there's always going to be elements that are going to be outside our control. But very often when you feel stuck, like you're not making progress, it's not because you're not clear on the direction, but because you're not in alignment with that vision. So I've been shifting a lot of in my personal journey and even in the sessions with my clients about, let's focus on let's work on that inner state and let's see what happens from there. And very often, as soon as you do that, you would notice a massive shift, not only in the possibilities that become available to you, synchronicities, new people that come into your life, new opportunities, things like that, but just the way you feel, just the way you go about your day. It brings so much inner peace when you are in alignment, where you work or when you are working on being in alignment. And I don't think a lot of people talk about this and how important it is. And sometimes when they talk about, you know, raising your vibration, raising your frequency, it can become a bit of an ego trap. So yeah, it's sometimes, if the desire of wanting to raise your frequency or raise your vibration, it gets you to a point, and I've been there, by the way. So I'm speaking about it because I've been guilty of it. If it takes you to a place where you feel that you're better than other people, or you look down on other people, like, no, that's low vibration, you're falling into a bit of an ego trap there. Because someone who's really spiritually advanced and energetically aligned, someone who's really what I consider to be high frequency or high vibration, they're the most humble people you're ever going to come across. Sometimes I have reservations about, you know, certain like spiritual teachers or gurus that claim to be super high frequency and in the fifth dimension already, or super evolved, because it's not a quality that I would associate with having gone through that spiritual advancement or progression. Sounds a bit to me like ego. And when the ego is speaking, is because there are emotions or experiences or beliefs that haven't been resolved. And that ego becomes like a way to protect yourself. It becomes kind of like a mask or a role you take on. So yeah. So be careful with with that and with what you see, because I'm seeing this more and more in the New Age and the spiritual community. If I think, oh my God, that doesn't sound like high frequency to me. But anyway, that's another story. So we have thought about a dream, a goal, an area of your life you want to improve. Question: who do you need to be? What state of being do I need to embody for this to happen as a natural outcome? Then we'd be talking about what's getting in the way and how to resolve this, how to process this. And I talk about this in many of the sessions I do here and in a lot of the content I have. So I'm not going to expand any more on that, because I want to share with you some practical tips. But feel free to look me up for more talks, and yeah, the course I mentioned, Step into Your Power with Confidence and Joy, for a step-by-step process to achieve that. But yeah, the idea is to understand what's getting in the way, whether that's a limiting belief, whether that's a past experience, a fear, an emotion that hasn't been processed. And as you let go of that heaviness, then you become lighter. And that's, at least for me, I'm not claiming to have the absolute truth, but that's what I understand by raising our vibration, raising our frequency, letting go of that heavy stuff, becoming lighter and lighter. And then you become aligned with a much more joyful experience. Then you become aligned with, with beautiful people, joyful experiences, abundance, things seem to flow. And you probably noticed that it is kind of a spiral. And I know it can be tricky to get out of here, but you've probably noticed that when you're all, love and light and you're happy, you don't care about the results. It comes to you anyway, when you're not worried about it, when you're just, this is my flow and this is my vibe, it happens. Whereas when you are caught in the fear, or I'm never going to find that right partner, or my business is never going to work, or I'm always going to be stuck here, you confirm more of that and more negative things happen. So my invitation is to try that approach and see what happens and see how that goes. Oh, hi Eleanor, sorry, I hadn't seen that. I'm only seeing that message now. Welcome everyone who joined halfway through. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there is anything that you would like to share, because you are all wise people in really transformational journeys. I always love to read from you in the comments, and you guys make these sessions so rich. So and I'm sure if you have any questions or if you're facing any particular challenges at the moment, there is someone else here going through the same thing. So feel free to share any questions, any advice that you might need or that you might have for others, any insights, or what does it mean for you to be in a high vibration, in a high frequency? What does it mean? What does it mean for you? And I would like to share with you also some practical tips, because we've been talking a lot about letting go of the old stuff and the heavy stuff, and to transmute that so we can become lighter and healed and more in resonance with a joyful and harmonious experience, right? But there are lots of practical tips other than that will help you with that will help you raise your vibration, that will help you have a purer frequency or a purer energy. So it's a big part of it is the healing and the inner shifts and your journey. But there are lots of things that you can do, study, because everything you do, every action you take, starting from what you do when you wake up, what you have for breakfast, the people you talk to, the decisions you make, the intentions you set, your self-narrative, every single second that you are thinking, doing, speaking, you're making a choice. You're choosing between becoming more aligned with your higher self, with God, raising your vibration, or far away from it. Every second. Now, it's the aim to be perfect every second. It could be, but I'm nowhere near there. So it's very difficult to that every second of your life, it's going to be all, towards that development, that progress, that raising your vibration thing. But the more we do, the more we can evolve, the more we can grow, the more we can heal, the lighter we become. So I'm going to invite you to have a think about how you go about your day. So if you were to tell me, if I needed to know all I need to do to be you in your day, what would that be? So I wake up and I normally feel tired, or I normally have a good sleep, or I normally have a bad sleep. I shower, I do some meditation, I rush to work, I have a conversation with my partner, I check my phone, this is what I eat for breakfast, this is what I do during the day. What are the recurring thoughts? This is what I tell myself every day. So what would I need to know? How do you go about your day? And you can make a list if you have pen and paper. Maybe this is something you want to think more about after the session. Maybe just a few ideas that come to mind, things that you do every day, things you say to yourself every day, or things you say to others every day, actions you take every day. And just intuitively and very quickly for each of them, is this helping me raise my vibration or not? No judgment, because I can tell you a lot of things that I do that don't help raise my vibration. Working on it, work in progress, like we all are. So no judgment here. We're just assessing. And that includes food. Food is such an important element of who we are, the food we eat. And regardless of what diet is best, which I'm saying there is one diet that is good for everyone, but there are some elements or some qualities of the food. Obviously, good quality, organic, clean food is what you put in your body. So it's not the same. Even if you're eating a hamburger, and a lot of people here might be vegetarian or vegan, but just for the sake of an example, even if you're eating a hamburger, it's not the same to go to your local place and, where the meat comes from ethically sourced farms and the ingredients are fresh, that if you go to McDonald's. So even the same thing is not about the what, but where it comes from, because what you're eating, what you're putting in your body holds a certain energy. So that's what you're going to be embodying, and that's what you're going to be growing more of. But if you think about beautiful vegetables and fruits, organically grown, with the seasons, all clean, without pesticides, that have grown in the sun with all that life force, with all that prana, isn't it amazing what you can do to your body, what you can do in the body? So be very careful with what you put in your body, because the energy is not only about, and sometimes we think about, vitamins or minerals, which of course has to be taken into account, but the energetic component is really, really, really important. Same with your environment. When you're at home and, all the Wi-Fi, all the radiation, is not aligned with the body. It's not good for the body. Having the TV on, and the TV and the radio is all full of fear and separation, is full of crap. It's full of deception. It doesn't have the energy of truth in there anymore. So if you have that in the background and you're exposed to that environment, that's not going to help you become lighter, become elevated. having plants around the house. Feng Shui is super important. I would love to study more about it, but I don't have time to study everything I would love to study. But having a peaceful environment, going home should feel like, oh my God, I can't wait to be in my safe, quiet space. I remember recently I came back from holidays in Spain, and yeah, in that house there was so much Wi-Fi and the TV was on and it was loud, and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to go. You know, I didn't sleep well, and I was thinking, oh my God, I can't wait to go back to my peaceful place, to my beautiful energy place. That's super important for healing, for your health. Really, really important. Your tribe, the people you surround yourself with. This is really important. And again, here, I say this with a caveat because, and take this with caution, because when we're falling into the trap of thinking that because we've done healing and we're doing inner work and we're doing personal development and we're raising up frequency and then we're better than other people, I don't think that comes from the cleaner, purer energy. But it's true that the people you surround yourself with, it has a really big impact. And if we go back to the beginning of the talk, when I was talking about us being balls of energy, so if I'm a ball of energy and my partner is another ball of energy and my friends are different balls of energy and my family and people I speak to and people in the gym or in the club I go to, whatever, when you're interacting with them, that energy is going to, it starts to blend. So that's why being in an environment or being surrounded by people that share your values, your priorities, is so important. Is so important. And at some point, that might mean letting go of some relationships and some friendships. But again, it doesn't come from a position of ego or I'm better than you. It just comes from a place of we are not in resonance anymore. And I remember the first time when I moved from Spain, from Madrid, when I was living to London, and I started being on my own and meeting a lot of international people, it opened my mind so much. And I found it very beneficial, really, really beneficial, because the people you spend a lot of time with end up having a very strong influence. Of course, you're still free to have different opinions and, you know, your personality will come out. But it's true that if you spend a lot of time with negative people, that's going to have an impact on your energy field. That's going to have an impact on your state of being. People who drain you, energy drainers, victims, people who want to control your life or have a very strong opinion. And so I always say, right, okay, so what's your dream? What's your goal? What people can help you with those goals? And it's not about what people can help you in terms of taking actions for you or doing the work for you, but what people are going to help you be in the state of being you need to be in. So I'm not even talking about connections. I'm not talking about who can introduce you to your next partner. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you hang out with your tribe, when you hang out with people, are they gonna help you be in that state of being? Because energy is contagious. And you've probably experienced it, that sometimes you hang out with someone and they're so full of life and you know, and so confident and or so kind or so loving, and you're like, oh my God, just being in their presence, you feel good, right? And you're like, oh my God, I want to be more of that. I want to be like them. That's the type of people that you want to surround yourself with. That's the type of people that are going to help you upgrade your state of being. And I'm sure you've also been with people that after spending 30 minutes with them, you're like, I need to have a nap. I'm so drained. So yeah, if those people are part of your family, then it becomes a bit tricky. And then yeah, that's maybe a talk for another day, how to manage that. Because also it's not about cutting people off from your life, right? But it's about managing that. So yeah, you have a dream, you have a vision, find your tribe, find the tribe of people, find the group of people that are aligned with that, so you can learn from there. So being with them is inspirational, is motivational, not limiting, not judgmental. What other things, very subtle things that I can think of, like the music you listen to. When you listen to classical music, classical music is like really pure high frequency type of music. When I listen to it when I'm working in the background, it really helps me a lot to concentrate and to get clarity, to get things done. There was a study, I can't remember what it was, but there was a study that said that by playing classical music in a tube station or a train station, I don't remember exactly where that was, the crime rate decreased significantly. Because again, if you are surrounded by that energy and that's what's having an influence on your energy field, it can be so powerful. So just the music you listen to every day, if you listen to music to commute or to work, and just intuitively, like, it's not the same to listen. You might not like classical music as in to listen to a playlist, but I think intuitively you can probably feel that that type of music is going to be much better on your body, on your emotions, on your mind, on your energy field, than some type of boom, 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 boom party music, right? If you think about it intuitively, there is no doubt. So you get the books you read, the information you consume, the Facebook, Instagram accounts you follow, everything really. So if you think about your day again and you think about, right, so when I wake up in the morning, this is the first thing I do, or this is the first thing I say to myself, right, okay, getting me in the right direction or getting me far away from the state of being I want to embody. I mean, don't become obsessed with this. There has to be a balance between growing and wanting to improve yourself and also having compassion and and not judgment. But this is something definitely to explore a bit more and to ask yourself, where is this taking me? This action, this, what I'm eating for breakfast, my morning commute, the work I do, the people I hang out, my friends, what I do in the weekends, what I do before bed. Is this taking me, is this helping me embody the state of being I need to have? Is this making me lighter or denser? Is this elevating me? Is this raising me? Or is it bringing me down? So I would love to invite you to have a think about that and make a list of things that you have identified already. Like I always say, start with the big wins, the easy wins, the ones that are easy to implement, but would have the biggest impact. And you can think about a few things that you can start implementing straight away, that you can start changing straight away. And yeah, the more you consciously choose your words, what you say, your actions, the people you spend time with, everything is having an impact on your energy field, on that ball of light you are. So it's about, what do my ball of light want to look like? What do I want it to look like or to feel like? Okay, so what I'm putting in, the music I listen to, the books I read, the people I hang out with, what I eat, is this making my ball of light, is it making it shine? Is it making it bright? Is it making it pure? Or is it making it dark and heavy? And again, no judgment, because no one's perfect here. So yeah, just with compassion, changing one thing at a time. Okay, my loves. So I know I shared a lot of information. Let me know, guys, how this is landing with you. I would like to end the session with a healing meditation, with some energetic work, because if I'm talking about embodying the energy and I'm talking about vibration, I'm talking about this, I will be a bit fake if I weren't guiding you on how to actually do that and how to feel that, on how to experience that, right? So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, find yourself a comfortable position. You can sit down, you can lie down, and close your eyes or soften the gaze, whatever feels better for you. Let's just take a few deep breaths together, allowing the body to relax, making each breath a bit deeper and a bit longer, letting the body know that it is safe to be here, that it is safe to relax. Relaxing the muscles of the face, corners of the mouth softening, maybe drawing a gentle smile. Shoulders dropping, spine aligned, chest and belly moving freely with each breath. Legs feeling relaxed and heavy, grounding you onto the floor. Bringing the awareness to the feet and starting to connect with the energy of Mother Earth. Imagining like you were growing roots of light or cords of light, connecting you deeper and deeper into Mother Earth. And allowing this beautiful healing energy that comes from Mother Earth to flow along those roots of white light, to go up through the body, through the legs, the spine, opening up and energizing all the chakras, all the energy centers, all the energy meridians in the body. And bringing your awareness to the heavens and allowing that cosmic energy to come down to you through the top of the head and also making the way through the body. Allowing your own energy to be balanced, grounded and connected with Mother Earth, but also connected with the higher planes, with God, with the universe, that cosmic wisdom, your higher self. Now I want you to bring to your awareness that dream or potential that you had in mind, but especially the state of being that you would need to embody so that outcome, so that dream, so that goal manifests as the only possible outcome. So bringing the awareness, focusing on the state of being. What qualities would you need to embody? What type of energy, what type of qualities, what type of skills, what beliefs about yourself, what elevated emotions would need to be present? Allowing your energy field, the ball of light you are, to become more and more that state of being, embodying more and more those qualities. Maybe it's love, kindness, compassion, confidence, power. Maybe you just feel like you need to be light, white light, bright, transmuting what's dense, what's heavy. Let the body do that energetically without thinking about it. Just allowing the energy shift to happen. Helping Mother Earth recycle what is no longer serving you. Feeling more and more connected with God, with that higher power. Breathing more deeply and more slowly. Becoming lighter and lighter, more and more elevated. Changing the qualities of your energy. Raising your vibration, upgrading your state of being. Full work. And now, whenever you're ready, I'm going to invite you to bring your awareness back to the physical body and to open your eyes whenever you are ready and meet me back in the screen and all the beautiful people we have in this session, 116 meditators here today. So let me know, guys, how that was. But if you want to remain in this state of relaxation, if you're getting the hang of it and you feel like you're transmuting a lot of things, feel free to stay in that meditation and in that healing process. I'm not going to be the one to stop you. So yeah, I would love to hear, guys, how that was and how does the physical body feel now when you do that energetic work and you visualize that embodying and connecting with those energies. We did a very short one today. It was around 10 minutes, maybe slightly less. So obviously the longer you do this for, the more changes, the more transformation you're going to experience. This is actually something that I have added to my daily routine recently, and I am loving the results. I am really, really loving the results. So when I sit down in meditation, while I do my deep breathing, I ask myself, okay, what qualities do I need to embody today? What do I need to focus on today? Is it confidence? Is it self-love? Is it compassion? Is it power? What is it that I need to embody today? And I do that energetically with the breathing, the visualization. You can add your prayers, any other form of energetic work that you do, but I'm really loving the results. Okay, my loves, so that's what I wanted to share with you. We've been here for more than an hour already, so I think this is a good moment for me to stop talking. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions, if you have any insights, anything you would like to share. And in the meantime, I'm going to invite you to give me a follow so you are notified of more events like this, of more content that I'm always creating. Thank you so much for being here, every one of you. Thank you for your support, your feedback, your ratings, your donations. They're very welcome and much appreciated. And I would love to invite you to take my courses, especially the Stepping to Your Power with Confidence and Joy one, because it is very relevant to what we have covered today in this session. And it's going to take you through that process of creating your vision, identifying the hidden blocks, the denser energies, healing that, transmuting that, and then helping you connect with the qualities and embody those qualities, upgrading that state of being, and also help you connect with your higher guidance and your inner wisdom. So a very complete one that a lot of people have taken already. So yeah, and if you have any questions, if you're facing any particular challenges, feel free to drop me a message. I'm always happy to hear from you. I'm very happy to point you to specific resources. I have so many resources, so much content. So I'm always happy to point you to specific resources that I think that might be more relevant for you. Okay, my loves, it's been a pleasure to be here with you all. I'm looking forward to more of these sessions with you. The next one is on, I think on Monday, and it is a theta healing meditation. I can remember the topic of that one because every time I come here, I've scheduled a session for next week. I never check what it is. And then when I'm talking about it, I'm like, but what was the topic? I know it's a theta healing meditation, but I can't remember the specific topic. And then I'll probably be here either Wednesday or Thursday for another longer session like this one with more insights, practical exercises, and maybe some energy work. So yeah, give me a follow so we can stay in touch. And take care, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day, wherever you are, and sending much love and light to everyone. Bye-bye.